and warm welcome to the news desk on Hope Channel Zambia, television that changes lives. You are catching us live on channel number 450 on Topstar and channel number 25 on the Movie TV decoder, plus our live stream on both Facebook as well as YouTube, the handle being Hope Channel Zambia. Let's take a look at stories making headlines in our news this day. President Hichilema commutes 390 inmates' sentences from death row to life imprisonment. Matero residents bemoan supply of dirty water by Lusaka Water and Sanitation Company. Local traditional ceremonies potential catalyst for Zambia's economic growth, the Zambia Tourism Agency has said. And message of hope leads over 300 to baptism in Chile. I'll be back with the details after this message.
Bumper harvest. Eh?
Daddy,
I'm telling you.
your new fertilizer. Ni amini.
Eh?
Daddy, my
Tell you.
Hello. My instructions.
I went to ETG, and now we are enjoying the benefits of using a blended D-compound fertilizer as basil and Kynoplus as top-dressing fertilizer instead of urea that we used last year. Now look here. This year, it has given me 4 tons. 4 tons! But last year, it was only 1.8 tons. Kynoplus has given all my crops the nitrogen that I paid for.
Wow.
It has saved me money. Telling you.
Understanding the difference between soil and crop-specific fertilizers, therein lies strength for Kynoplus blended fertilizers. More value in a bag. Available in the ETG depots countrywide, with a network providing agronomy services to farmers across the country. Kynoplus. Enhanced efficiency through innovation. A product of ETG.
My name is Bright Sinkozi, and on sign language we have Sharon Akufuna. The details. Republican President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema has commuted the sentences of 399 inmates at Mukobeko Maximum Prison from death to life imprisonment. Home Affairs and Internal Security Minister Jack Mwimbu announced the development at a media briefing in Lusaka today. Mr. Mwimbu said of the 390 whose sentences have been commuted, 279 are males while only 81 are females. The minister said there has been a low number of females in the country who received death sentences, hence the justification of the law entries for females. This is pursuant to Article 97 of the Constitution of Zambia, which provides for presidential pardon and substitution of severe punishments imposed on convicted persons. On December 23, 2022, President Hichilema assented into law the Penal Code Amendment Bill number 25 of 2022, which abolished the imposition of death penalty.
Mr. Hakainde Hichilema has exercised his prerogative of mercy by commuting sentences for 390 inmates from death to life imprisonment. The commutations comprise 279 male inmates and 11 female inmates from Kobeko, male and female maximum security prisons. This is pursuant to Article 97 of the Constitution of the Republic of Zambia, which provides for presidential pardon and substitution of severe punishments imposed on convicted persons. The President on 23 December 2022 assented into law the Penal Code Amendment Bill number 25 of 2022, which abolished the imposition of death penalty. For example, in 1978, 406 people were sentenced to death and 34 were executed. In addition, 140 condemned prisoners were on death row in 1985, and 11 of them were executed on 27 December 1985. With regard to delayed judgments, government is committed to enhancing the criminal justice system by bringing on board all stakeholders, including the judiciary, so that cases are disposed of.
Now, Matero residents in Lusaka are living in fear of severe diarrheal diseases following the continued pumping of stained water by the Lusaka Water and Sanitation Company, LWSC. Those spoken to alleged that the situation has continued without intervention from the utility company since mid-January 2023, forcing residents to buy water sachets, popularly known as drips, for drinking. Asked if they reported the matter to the water utility company, the residents alleged that reporting the matter would yield no positive results, as experience has taught them that the company does not move on site unless it's closing water supply for unpaid bills. They have since called on the company to look into the matter, as it is becoming costly for them to buy water for drinking and pay for the supply, which is not satisfactory.
As the saying goes, if there's no water, there's no life. It is very clear to spot its importance. Well, residents of Matero compound say they have no access to clean water since mid-January 2023. The Hope News crew interacted with some residents, and this is what they had to say.
Mwanzi nifa kuno kumatelo twachula na amenshi alefuma brown akwe batinango abika kwe chakufala cha white so kuchinja kala nomba amenshi ya msango yonga kuno mmala kuti mwabashani so tulelo mbako please balusaka ota mtu wamishe kwa amenshi twachula kuno kumatelo twachula. I think if indela ndana bambi fya bali munchende fe muno mulusaka amenshi ta yaweme. That's why tulelo wala mumala every day kulu wala mumala kwamba nomba kula no amenshi yakushita nomba abana limbi kula bata ulipo fina afika fe mwana achitashani ano so to papata please twafueni for 1 month now kwambira kwati last month in January mid January, so from January up to now amenshi yafuma fe fine tayatala change up so tubendelela pemfula ngaya isa trist wate yako bati yala moneka ko clean kaidina yena akushita tukwanisha tulipile ko balusaka ota futhi tulipile ko tushite ko na amenshi yako bati tunwe pako bati tube ko bwini tuirwala mumala so tuwapapata please tuwafueni so munachita report lusaka ota balusaka ota tatwachita report mulando wako bati nangu twachita report balusaka ota tabesa nangu mukakwate problem ya shani taba konko ko bati bese bomfa ma customers ofo ya ready but ama bill every time kola tuletera ama bill nokola tubepesha ya bufi so tatwachita na report nangu twachita tujua tapale fo bala twafu
amenshi fo tureno mwandini awe yafiko aya kuti ati ngayalefuma kwati misu ofo yaleba yellow kachinga ni yellow ngani brown ichi bofo ningaita so twapapata tulolesheni ko balusaka ota impia tulamipela mulesa mkubiringa no kuisa mkutuisa dile biunga yakula so twapapata mwishina lya ba Yesu seni mtu wa msheko amenshi opota tulafa kuli decent na kolera.
With the slow rising cases of cholera in the country, residents' only hopes are for Lusaka City Council to intervene and for the situation to be improved. Ani Sakala reporting for Hope News in Lusaka.
Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu, together with the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, yesterday donated food items, blankets and clothes to flood victims in Matero constituency's Ballaston area. This was after 12 families were left stranded as a heavy downpour of rains left their houses destroyed and roofs blown away, leaving them without food and blankets. Mrs. Zulu, after the donation, urged well-wishers to come on board and compliment government's efforts in helping flood victims as natural disasters cannot be avoided countrywide. The victims have since thanked government for the help offered to them and have further pleaded with government to help them replace their iron sheets which were blown off by the windy rains. Details are in the following report.
Following a heavy downpour on Sunday, 5th February, 12 houses in Ballaston were left in a deplorable state and 12 families were left stranded. Lusaka District Commissioner Mrs. Rosa Zulu, in partnership with the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit DMMU, visited the families yesterday and donated bags of mealie meal, beans, clothes and blankets among many other items.
Today we thought to come and see our friends who are victims. We have brought mealie meal, blankets, and some few things in order for them just to start their lives. Otherwise, everything was soaked. As government, we are very concerned. We cannot just leave people without attending to them. Today, as you see us here, these are the families, and others are not here. Some, they have gone to look around for food, and that is the reason why we thought we should come and chip in. We cannot finish all the problems, but at least we can go halfway.
Families have since thanked government for the help rendered and have further called on government to assist them replacing the iron sheets which were blown off by the windy rains.
Chikuti ambuya kudaliseni niponzo akumbukireni chifukwa mabolo titandizira kuno kwatu kwamene manyumba nankala kugumuka so tiyamikira cha beziko omotiko kuti ambuya akumbukireni koma msati walireko mtikumbukireko malata ndiye chintu chane tipe ziko.
In the meantime, some families remain in their destroyed houses while others have been left with no option but to leave their houses and seek refuge somewhere else because the damage was fatal. The affected families will remain in the current state while hoping for some refuge from well-wishers. Mwenemuyanga Hope News, Lusaka.
In other news, Zambia Tourism Agency ZTA Acting Chief Executive Officer Chavunga Lungu says if well harnessed, traditional ceremonies in the country have the potential to grow the economy of the country. Citing the soon-to-take-place in Nkwala traditional ceremony of the Ngoni-speaking people of Eastern Province, Mr. Lungu said traditional ceremonies will have a trickle-down effect in the growth and betterment of the nation's economy. Speaking in an interview with Hope News, Mr. Lungu said a number of international tourists trek to Zambia whenever there is a traditional ceremony, and disclosed that in 2021 alone, about 11,000 international tourists attended the Kuomboka and Nchwala ceremonies, something he says should improve this year. He has since called on locals in places where the over 30 ceremonies in the country take place to consider offering hospitality services to cater for the huge number of both local and international visitors during ceremonies.
It's interesting when we talk about traditional ceremonies and their economic benefits to tourism. Last year, between the Nchwala's traditional ceremony and the Komboka combined numbers, there were over 11,000 travelers within the country to these places. So you can imagine what that does for the economy. When you go to Eastern Province, you'll have to find a place where to sleep, the hotel, the lodge, some homes or guest houses benefit economically. You will have to eat. The farmer that produces food and supplies to these places benefits. You want to buy a few things that remind you of Eastern Province or that region, whether they could be crafts or mementos or those little crowns that you put on your head. Everyone benefits as a result of this. So you can see the trickle-down effect in the value chain of traditional ceremonies and how it contributes to to the sector. I would not be surprised if you're going to see some airlines that are going to be chartered to go into Chipata or Mfue to take people there so that they can enjoy these things. For Zambia Tourism Agency, you are aware that just before 2023 we launched a very ambitious marketing plan. That marketing plan states that we enhance the domestic tourism activities by 20%. For us, it means more communication, more interaction with private sector, and more interaction also with audiences to get feedback from them on how best they can enjoy these actual activities and how best we can communicate to them.
This is Hope Channel Zambia, and you are watching the news just now. Let's take a break. More stories on the other side. Don't go away.
Are you looking for a place that offers medical vitals checkup and counseling? Then look no further. Happy Family and Life Care Center has you covered. We offer lifestyle services that will help you prevent diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and stroke, among others, with an added twist of aerobic exercises to help you keep healthy and happy. So what are you waiting for? Call us now on 0976 64 61 74 for registration, or come through to our offices at Charleston Seventh-day Adventist Academy along Charleston Market Street. Hurry, hurry, while slots are available. Are you looking for a place that sells fresh, healthy vegetables and fish? Well, look no further, because New Roberts Fish and Veg Limited has what you are looking for. We have a wide variety of healthy products to satisfy your taste buds and help you in your healthy journey. We have a fully stocked butchery, farm-produced vegetables, and live fish. Yes, you heard me correctly, for that guaranteed freshness. So what are you still waiting for? Call 0976 543 822 or 0955 108 708 or 0965 691 909, or visit Chilenje, which is behind Total Gas Station. Because at New Roberts Fish and Veg Limited, we believe only fresh foods are good enough for you.
Is the fast-paced world making you miss your favorite Topster programs? Download the StarTime's own app from Google Play or Apple Store. Then link your decoder to the app and watch TV anytime, anywhere. Open the app and click on Me to sign up. Click the decoder service. Then enter your smart card number and last 6 digits of your decoder serial number and click link. Now you can change bouquet and make payments for your decoder using the app. Download the app now.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. And now for the rest of the news. Government has expressed pleasure in the continued support by the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, especially in the health sector. Defense Minister Ambrose Lufuma, speaking in his capacity as Coalition of African Parliamentarian Against HIV and AIDS, CAPA, chairperson when UNDP team paid a courtesy call at his office. The minister said the support government has continued receiving has seen improvement on the health of inmates who are suffering from HIV in correction facilities. Ms. Alufuma says inmates, due to their being in confinement, may not receive help from relatives in line with health, but the coming on board by UNDP with its collaborating partners has helped improve the situation. And United Nations Resident Coordinator Beatrice Mutali has reiterated her organization's commitment to work with government to develop the well-being of citizens. Ms. Mutali said health is a critical component in life, hence the need to implement the requirements enshrined in the Sustainable Development Goals.
And so we would like definitely to appreciate that assistance that was rendered then. In addition, UNFPA and the World Health Organization were keen supporting the HIV and AIDS awareness program in constituencies and capacity building of members of parliament on HIV and AIDS. So you did a great job, you capacitated us, and we had a lot of workshops, awareness, etc., etc. And again, this was much more appreciated. The capacity building of MPs on HIV and AIDS made them advocate for health systems in prisons, which led to improved health of inmates, awareness, of course, and improved health thereof of inmates. And this noble gesture saved lives of inmates who are usually who usually receive little or no attention at all when they are incarcerated, and even when they come out, actually they are looked down upon. And you did well to support us in order to support them so that they are well settled in societies after a long period being away from these societies. Resident Coordinator, may I take this opportunity to invite you and your delegation to participate in the forthcoming Kappa Exhibition Business Forum slated for September 2023 in Kapumpa District. This forum will attract about approximately 1,000 youths who will be capacity built in climate change and promotion of the One Health concept. In addition, different business organizations will exhibit at the forum, showcasing whatever they have, especially on the One Health concept. It is my sincere hope that your organization will assist us, SCAPA, in ensuring that this exhibition is a success and that you will assist in logistical support for the movement and upkeep of MPs at the forum.
So I think on behalf of the United Nations team, I would just like to take this opportunity to reiterate our commitment to work with Kappa, with yourself in the leadership, and work hand in hand in the implementation of the One Health strategic plan. You also mentioned, Honorable Minister, the exhibition that's taking place in September. Mm-hmm. I think we would be quite eager to attend and be represented. All those exhibitions are a good opportunity to really get to understand what is happening, what are the trends, what is working well.
Still in defense-related news, Ministry of Defense Permanent Secretary Norman Chipakupaku says Zambia and Tanzania are determined to work together to improve the security landscape of the two countries. Mr. Chipakupaku, who is also chairperson for the first session of the Zambia-Tanzania Joint Permanent Commission on Defense and Security, said one of the key issues that came from the session was the need for the two countries to address mutual security concerns arising from human trafficking, smuggling, and illegal immigration of people, including terrorism. The first session of the Zambia-Tanzania Joint Permanent Commission on Defense and Security, which started on 6 February 2023 at Lusaka's Intercontinental Hotel, is set to close its curtains tomorrow when defense ministers from both countries will receive resolutions from the delegates.
As we come to the end of the officials' meeting, let me begin by once again expressing my gratitude to the government of the United Republic of Tanzania for having accepted the invitation to this inaugural Joint Permanent Commission on Defense and Security. So I'm glad that we have been able to conduct our business in not only a friendly, but also in a very professional manner. This first meeting was very important in setting the tone for future engagements in as far as collaboration between our defense and security institutions are concerned. I'm also glad, sir, that our committees have been able to cover vast areas, particularly the mutual security concerns such as human trafficking, smuggling, and illegal migration, as well as terrorism, which was previously a distant threat but is now in our backyard. I must mention, Co-Chair, therefore, that the solidarity and commitment that you have brought to this session will be essential for the task ahead of us to be able to address some of these issues emerging as threats. Co-Chair, we have a situation in the region, in Congo, which we have to work together. We have a situation in Mozambique, which Zambia and Tanzania have to work together. We have issues of human trafficking, which we should tackle. And I think we've discussed how best we should handle these issues. Distinguished delegates and colleagues, the decisions we have made today have created an opportunity for us to look towards a new phase of tackling the security challenges that have for a long time undermined the efforts by our respective governments to move our economies to higher spheres. At a time when the region is facing increased insurgency activities, the importance of our mandate in working cohesively to ensure continued stability cannot be overemphasized. Co-Chair, in this regard, may I once more applaud our officials who have made it possible for us to come up with all these practical measures and initiatives to be presented to the ministers for consideration tomorrow.
In international news, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Chile celebrated the baptism of over 300 individuals during their week-long evangelistic series held in the Central South Chile Conference. The event, themed Never Give Up, There Is Still Hope, included a series of inspirational messages by Pastor Robert Costa, Associate Ministerial Secretary for Evangelism and Church Growth of the General Conference. It also featured special musical performances by the Asaf Quartet. The event also reached over 24 million people as it was accessible through social networks and radio stations throughout the country. Other various Seventh-day Adventist television channels from throughout North, Central, and South America transmitted the event, including an evangelical television channel from Viña del Mar in Chile. The meetings were also interpreted into American Sign Language for the hearing impaired. And still in international news, the district pastor for the Seventh-day Adventist Church in the southern half of the Northern Territory is appealing for prayer following recent social unrest in Alice Springs, the territory's third largest town. Media have reported a rise in crime and antisocial behavior in recent weeks. Locals are leaving the town and shops and businesses are shutting down. Pastor David Gilmore said the situation has become very serious and he is appealing for church members across the South Pacific Division to pray for the town. Despite the unrest, the work of the church in the Northern Territory has been moving ahead with unprecedented power thanks to the Holy Spirit's moving and providence, according to Pastor Gilmore. That item brings us to the end of the news, but before I go, Let's recap on stories that made headlines. President Hichilema commutes 390 inmates' sentences from death row to life imprisonment. Matero residents bemoan supply of dirty water by the Lusaka Water Supply Company. Local traditional ceremonies, potential catalyst for Zambia's economic growth, the Zambia Tourism Agency has revealed. And a message of hope leads over 300 to baptism in Chile. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bright Sinkozi. On behalf of the entire studio and production team, not forgetting our correspondents across the country, plus our sign language interpreter, Sharon Akufuna. God bless and bye for now.